Hello. Now, the story of Travis King, the American soldier who's defected from South Korea to North Korea. He's the second soldier, really, to have defected. The first one was back in the 1960s. So this is a private second class who was in the process of being held in military detention at the airport in South Korea. He was about to be sent back to Texas. And at some point, he seems to have escaped. He seems to have contacted his mother, and then he was facing charges on assault, unspecified, damaging a police car, and even some additional disciplinary actions. Not sure what they are. And he was being held in military detention, and he escaped. He passed through airport security. He escaped the airport dressed in civilian clothing, and he joined a foreign tourist group and headed up into North Korea, going through the demilitarized zone. And an eyewitness for the tour group told CBS News that he gave out a loud "ha ha ha" and just ran between some buildings to the North Korean side of the border. He was chased by the UN Command Security Forces that had been safeguarding the tourist group inside the demilitarized zone, but they proved unable to catch him. Rather useless, don't you think? Instead, according to the Admiral Aquilo of the US Indo-Pacific Command, he was picked up by the North Koreans after making a run across the demilitarized zone in the joint security area. Now, Lloyd Austin, the US Defense Secretary, has stated to the Pentagon reporters that one of our service members willfully and without authorization crossed the military demarcation line. There's a lot we've got to learn. Even if he was facing repercussions, even if he was facing problems back in the US for minor infractions, the true motivations behind his rash gesture are yet to be determined. Why on earth would he do this? Or is it some sort of ruse? I mean, my antenna, why do I point to my nose when I say antenna? I should point up here. My antenna starts to sort of wobble, and I start thinking, is this some sort of strange James Bond setup? Is he in fact a spy? Is he in fact being planted into North Korea to do some detection? Anyway, prior to the charges against him, he had been a model soldier, shooting whatever he was told to shoot, receiving multiple awards during his time in Korea since first joining up in January 2021. So he's been there for such a long time. Anyway, the National Defense Service Medal he got, the Korean Service Defense Medal, and the Overseas Service Ribbon. And the soldier was described by his family as an introvert, but very good with guns, who didn't smoke, didn't drink, and was committed to reading the Bible. Well, some red flags should start to wave over all that. His uncle, Carl Gates, had given the media background facts about King's sudden bout of recklessness. It depends how you're looking at it. His young cousin had apparently passed away from a rare genetic condition at the age of 6, and Travis started getting crazy when he knew that Nazir, the cousin, was about to die. So he was breaking down. He was very upset. Now, the paradoxical inconsistency in the media is that Carl Gates is being alternatively described as the maternal grandfather and also the uncle. Even The Guardian describes him as both in a matter of 3 paragraphs. So The Guardian, what would happen if the BBC was to do this? They would have to go through their verification system. They get so confused. Grandfather? Uncle? Who is he? Or maybe both. Is that possible? Anyway, King is apparently the first American soldier to defect to North Korea since James Dresnock first jumped the border in 1962 to avoid an impending court-martial. So there's a lot of parallels here. The defection has been called a headache for the US officials due to the lack of diplomatic relations between the two countries. The incident comes at a time of rising tensions between Washington and Pyongyang after the nuclear-powered USS Kentucky submarine arrived at a South Korean naval base on Tuesday in a critical demonstration of US power necessary to assure allies and partners. In an unsettling coincidence, Tuesday was also the day that King crossed the border. Although Congressman Adam Smith, not the man, not the economist, although Congressman Adam Smith, he would be very old, wouldn't he, has ensured that the priority must be in securing his return, maybe he doesn't want to return. A US State Department spokesperson has said that the department has not yet reached out to the North Korean government on the matter. King's exact whereabouts are unknown, but it is presumed that he is currently being detained in North Korean custody. I wonder if that's better than being detained in US custody. So the story is one that is developing. It's got lots and lots of bizarre facts in it. Maybe you know more. Please leave your comments. Do a like, sort of thumbs up thing, and a heart, and there's a bell to ring. Do ring the bell, and I look forward to what you've got to say about this. It puzzles me, this story.